forgot it's not. It's actually in Kuwana. I'm in Kuwana right now. Steel Dragon 2000 I found out is the longest roller coaster in the world, but it was genuinely really smooth. It's, oh my god, it goes upside down. The most wet I ever got in a ride ever. That might be the best thing I've tasted in Japan. See, the one and only Hachiko. What is up, guys? It is Robert Gaming with me, and day 11 of today. We're going to be heading over to Nagoya to check out Nagashima Spa Land, this huge apparently theme park that houses like a lot of roller coasters and apparently other attractions, but the main thing I'm going to try to do is the roller coasters. It's not a park that's open all day, so it's like 9:30 to 5 or 9 to 5. So I'm heading out now. It's 5:44 a.m. Should be there a little bit before 9, I believe. So it's like a 3-hour journey. So let's go do it. I had to take the Shinkansen, so I'm excited to do that at least. I do enjoy the Shinkansens because they're very relaxing, and you can fall asleep pretty easily, to be honest with you. Remember I was saying, oh, this is in Nagoya. I forgot it's not. It's actually in Kuwana. I'm in Kuwana right now. In the Mie prefecture, I believe. M-I-E, Mie. But yeah, almost at Nagashima Spa Land. Right now, I'm just waiting for the bus. I just missed the bus because I didn't realize it was a bus. Google Maps didn't differentiate it. It should just say bus. It looks like it's a train, but it's a bus. Different type of little area Kuwana is, and we have made it to Nagashima Spa Land. Oh my god. Looks pretty epic, I ain't gonna lie. So let's head inside. So as you can see, there's a bunch of rides. There's 19 thrilling speeds, so let's see how much we can get on. They got some Halloween leftover, but look at this. These are some cool rides, man. This goes like up and then all the way back down. I want to ride the red one, that's Steel Dragon. I've seen that a lot of these are currently closed right now. I'm hoping they open up. I see one. This is the one that I really want to go on, Steel Dragon, this red one. I see this is working. I see this is, it is early. It just opened literally like 20 minutes ago. So let's see. Look at that. That's a hell of a climb, man. That looks pretty nice. The park also doesn't look too packed. I'm hoping it stays that way, but I don't know, man. This ride right here is literally the Joker from Six Flags in New Jersey, which is interesting. You know, certain roller coaster makers create similar or the same roller coasters and put them in different parks, and this is the case for one of them. That was Steel Dragon 2000. I just rode that. That shit was awesome, dude. Steel Dragon 2000 I found out is the longest roller coaster in the world. I mean, that's fucking crazy. And it's really great. It's a great first drop, great many drops actually. But you go through a few tunnel stuff, a lot of cool like actual like turns, the large turns that really elongate the track. And it goes so fast that you can't tell it's the longest in the world, but it is really damn good. One of the best roller coasters I think I've ever ridden, to be honest with you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That shit was fucking awesome. This was the Acrobat, which was really surprisingly good. I'm usually not a huge fan of over-the-shoulder harnesses, and this also was like Superman flying dinosaur style where you're laying down, but it was genuinely really smooth. I mean, I honestly possibly the smoothest like over the harness style I've ever actually ridden, to be completely honest with you. Really good Acrobat. Nice twists and turns. I love this part where you're going on your back and then like rolling up. Oh, it's so cool. Unfortunately, this is another one that is closed. This also looks pretty cool. I like the idea. I think it's like a ball, and as you're rolling, as you're going, it actually rolls. But unfortunately, they got a lot of things. I think they actually have a lot of things closed today. It says apparently this is due to mechanical maintenance, but I really believe it's just because it's not a busy day. This one seems like a tame little coaster, corkscrew. Nothing major, just this little blue thing, but it's got some loops. Let's try it out. I'm just trying to get it on everything. So that corkscrew one is pretty rough, man. I wouldn't really recommend it. They got these harnesses that are like not great, and then the actual back of the seat is not great. It's really rickety rockety, not the greatest. So this ride called Looping Star was pretty solid. The major thing is in the title, the loop. I was actually quite smooth. I don't love the back of the seat, but overall, that was a good ride. One thing that I noticed though is that the wait times aren't long. It's just to get on the ride takes a while, man. These dudes, man, they just be like, you enter, and then they individually obviously check everyone, but everyone puts their bags in. They only have one ride going at once, so they don't have like multiple rides for some of the rides. Some of them they do, but then you literally have to like when you exit, everyone has to get off, wait till everyone gets off, and then they open it. It's honestly a lot to do, but they definitely take their sweet time boarding everyone on. That's the longest wait, that's the longest time, because it's not a long thing. I was the second one, but I waited like 15 minutes, and it's not a long time, 15 minutes, admittedly, so I don't really mind. Well, I was off within 15 minutes, so maybe 10 minutes. Another one that looks cool, free fall, where you're literally going up and then I guess you come back. I don't know how it exactly works, but unfortunately it looks like it's closed, man. Come on now, open up these rides. Oh damn, I wasn't expecting that. Look at that shit, that's a log flume. But no, I was mainly trying to show the blue one in the back, the big, the blue one. That one looks pretty good. I definitely want to ride that. Let's go check that out, although I didn't know there was a log flume. All right, now this ride was absolutely fucking awesome. I think it's called Hakugei. Holy crap. Remember I just said Steel Dragon is one of the best I've probably ever ridden? Well, this is even better, man. Holy shit. This is apparently called a hybrid coaster. So it's, oh my god, it goes upside down, like it'll actually be riding, like, I don't even know, it'll literally go straight on upside down, and it's just, I was like, holy shit, I've never experienced that before, which is really cool. The drops are fantastic, it's super smooth, it is a genuine beast. Hakugei. Hopefully I'm saying it right, but god damn, that's a fucking roller coaster, dude. See, look, it's a hybrid coaster Hakugei. What exactly makes it a hybrid coaster? I think it's the whole upside down part, because it was awesome. It's just a lap bar, so it just goes down. And then it also, oh shit, there's a whole fucking, god, there's like a wasp or some shit. So it literally goes upside down as it's moving with only just the lap bar. That was actually really damn cool. Super impressed with that ride. I think it's even better than Steel Dragon. That was fucking awesome. That was great. Yeah. It's got this whole park has its own soundtrack. Nagashima. So I decided to go on the log flume. That is no joke. The most wet I ever got in a ride ever. I mean, like, obviously you can tell my hair is soaked, but like it was dripping. Like it was it's so over the top in terms of what you get. Everyone had ponchos. You could buy ponchos, but I wasn't gonna buy ponchos. If I'm gonna go on a water ride, we're gonna go on a damn water ride. But like yo, soaked. God damn. Shit. And all it is just this drop. But it sprays you with just so much water. I mean, literally like a shower. Luckily, it's pretty hot here, so my shirt feels already, it's wet, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I thought this was a cafe, but it turns out this was a haunted house, and I just did it. It was pretty cool, man. It was only me walking around, so they separate the groups, so I'm only one person, so I walked through the whole thing by myself, which I wish I could always do that, but The other one that I did literally yesterday was way creepier, way more intense. This one, not so much, but it was cool to see the set design. I don't know what was the story necessarily or anything, but it was just some people figurines were like, you know, some Japanese folktale thing. It was pretty cool, pretty solid. So they had this shooting mini game sort of thing, which was pretty funny, and it's very reminiscent of like Toy Story Mania and stuff from like Disney. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty funny. But it's like farm themed, and then every single round it's a different type of shot. Like one would be like shooting paintballs, the other would be shooting like things to get on top of a bottle. I forget those things, what they're even called. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty entertaining, and those result screens were very funny, seeing the 3 empty spots and the 1 me. So out of these thrilling speeds, they're counting stuff like the mouse ride, which is, I don't know, I wouldn't really consider it, but I guess technically, I mean, it is, I guess. And it considers stuff like, where's it at? Like the Jumbo Viking, which is this. They'll going around. I wouldn't really consider that thrills and speed. Not really a roller coaster by any means, but it is a ride, I guess. On this side, we got Jet Coaster, which looks pretty straightforward. So I'm not exactly sure. It just looks like one drop and just kind of straightforward. I guess maybe it goes fast, and that's why it's called Jet Coaster. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I thought it was. It's very Runaway Mine Train-esque from Six Flags, New Jersey. But it's just that. It's a slow little ride so everyone can get on it. You know, nothing crazy. It is now like 3 o'clock. I think I'm gonna head out, to be completely honest with you, because pretty much did every ride that's open. The other one's like free fall. This one right behind me isn't open and stuff. So at this point, it is what it is. I've done everything that I needed to ride. It was only like it was like 9 attractions, which I got them done pretty quickly. So to be fair, and right now, like a lot of things are more, you know, a little more crowded, and so I don't necessarily want to be waiting on anything. I had for the first time broiled eel. My stepdad wanted me to. He's like, "Yo, you gotta try this." Well, I tried it, and it's good. It's good. It's not that I would particularly maybe get again. Like, as good it is, like, while it is good, like, it just doesn't compare to like stuff like ramen and the katsu and all that. Like, I'm to be honest with you. So I ended up going on, what's the name again? Hakugei. Get the name of one of the greatest rides of all time, Hakugei. Dude, I went on it one more time before I left. But I would go on it over and over again. But truthfully speaking, you know, considering we're getting down to the last days of Japan, there are things still in Tokyo that I'm thinking like I could probably squeeze in if I leave this park now. I've done everything, you know, I did everything that's open. Unfortunately, there's 2 of them that are closed that I wanted to at least try because they're more unique. But Nagashima Spa Land, man, dope theme park. You know, got 2 of some of the best rides of all time, to be fair. And then there's some, you know, mediocre ones, so just like every theme park. But yeah, man, I will see you in, hopefully, everything goes well, Shibuya. Apparently, Nagashima Spa Land is like teamed up with Peter Rabbit. Every theme park's got to have some type of mascot or franchise tied to it, and Nagashima Spa Land has Peter Rabbit. I wonder how that came to be. There's got to be like some YouTube video on it. So made it to Shibuya after a hectic, chaotic travel, which I'll have to talk about at the hotel. But I made it all the way here just so I could get my hands on some Maisen. I have a Maisen. No, it should be Maisen Katsu. You know I love my Katsu Sando, and this is the Maisen, I guess like official restaurant, the main restaurant of Shibuya, and it was incredible, dude. Genuinely, that might be the best thing I've tasted in Japan. Oh man, I mean, it's tough. Also, all the ramen's fantastic, but dude, it was every single Katsu Sando sandwich that I've been having has been cold, you know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing because they taste fantastic. But this was a nice, warm, amazingly made, I guess, pork cutlet that was just, oh my god, fantastic. Absolutely recommend like crazy. Because goddamn, man, that was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. So I decided, why not stop by to see the one and only Hachiko. I don't know if you can hear me over the music. This is a dog that waited for his owner in Shibuya for, what was it, years? No, I think it's days. The guy would be dead. It was like something like that. We got some live performance. There we go. That is Shibuya at night, man. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I just want to see Hachiko because this might be the last time I'm in Shibuya for how many years, I don't know, man. Because I don't think I'll be coming back to Shibuya, which, just saying that out loud kills me. But yeah, I walked here also, by the way. It was like a good half an hour walk from Maisen. Check out the home. And we are back at the hotel. Like I was saying earlier, getting back here was quite the fuck up, man. I feel I'm pretty good at navigating these train stations at this point, especially the ones in Tokyo for sure. There is one thing that's bad about the Suica card, which is this card. The card that you use for transportation in terms of really everything. And also, well, especially for trains, but also a lot of buses, and for like even convenience stores or like vending machines you can use it for. You don't need to use a Suica card, but it just makes it so much easier. It's like a Metro card for like New York. You swipe it in, you refill it whenever you need to. It's perfect. It's great. But there's one major flaw, to be honest with you, and that's once you scan it in, you can't. You have to go somewhere and scan it out. And if you don't, then you have to contact one of the people near you and they'll fix it for you. But we're in Japan and I don't speak Japanese, so it's kind of hard to describe sometimes that you're like, hey, I scanned in, but I used something else to exit or something. So like if I scan this and I use my JR Rail Pass, right? It just confuses the system. It's like, wait, but didn't you use this? It's like, yes, for one line. So I went through like maybe one line, and I guess you have to, I guess what you're supposed to do is fully exit out, come back in, and then go to like the Shinkansen, which is the bullet trains. Instead, what I did was I used the Suica card, and then I got Shinkansen tickets, used my JR Rail Pass and my Shinkansen ticket to go through, and then it made it really confused because this one's just dangling in the middle of nowhere, like, there's no destination. What's going on? Why can't I? Who's scanning where? And then when I do scan in a bus in Kawana, they're like, how the fuck did you get from Tokyo Station to a bus in Kawana? That doesn't even make sense. That's not logical. That's not possible. But it is if you have a JR Rail Pass or use the Shinkansen with it, where it's like, it's two separate things. So I guess what you have to do is scan out and then just come back in. It's like, I guess you could say an extra step, but it's just random. It's like, what's the point of that? So like, I was on the bus in Kawana, I had to actually pay physically with money. It's just so much easier to just tap in for the Suica, but I couldn't do that. I had to actually count my change a little bit, which is annoying. But then coming back, it was kind of like a race against the clock, because it was like, okay, well, I know this Katsu place closes at 9. And the odds are, if I don't get onto the Shinkansen right away, I might get there by like 8:30, 8:40, and they may not take me in, you know what I mean? Well, for some reason, stupid me, one, I was trying to get this fixed and they didn't really understand what I was talking about. But the other problem is what it seems like. I don't think so. I just think they didn't quite understand. But I had to go to the actual line, the train, because there's so many train lines. I had to go to the actual train line to get it for them to remove that barrier of entry. And I had to go, it's like Kinetsu, let's say Kinetsu. I don't think that's what it is, Kintetsu. And they were like, so where'd you come from? They're like, well, where'd you, I was a Google Translate and I had to show him. And then, cause he's confused. He's like, but with this, you were in Tokyo and you come here. Well, I'm like, cause I used the Shinkansen tickets. When you put in the Shinkansen tickets, it eats it. It doesn't give it back to you once you exit out. It doesn't, it's like, you're good. You don't need this ticket anymore. So I had no proof that I went on it, but of course I did. How the hell did I get to Tokyo to here in a few hours? You know what I mean? Clearly I didn't walk it. So like I totally used that line. So he unlocks it and then I could go in and use the actual JR lines. And that's a pretty big flaw. I don't know why. You should be able to just tap out. Just dit, or I don't know, tap, put in the JR pass, and it'll like switch over. I don't know, like there's gotta be a better way in terms of that, but there's not. But then on my part, I fucked up where I'm like, all right, I gotta make this one Shinkansen ticket, or else it's gonna be like 30 minutes later, and I'm not gonna be able to really go to this restaurant. Well, my dumbass missed like, what was it? I think it was like 2-3 trains, because I mean, like, talk about like, I've never done this, and this is my 11th day, and somehow I did it 11 days. This is like a first day type of mistake, but I did it on my 11th day, where it's like, I wasn't too sure if this was the train, when it clearly was the train, and then I just let it pass me, and then as soon as it passed me, I'm just like, that had to be the train. What's wrong? Why would I just let that pass by? I'm like, there's no other, like, because it was like a different color, I was like, I don't know. And the seating was more like straightforward, which is usually like those limited express ones, and I'm like, oh, don't have a ticket for that. But I'm like, but I'm on this platform. If it was limited express, I wouldn't be even on this platform. I managed to exit out, go to Nagoya station, and purchase this Shinkansen ticket, or at least through the JR Rail Pass. And that's where it really complicated it, because this wasn't tapped out yet. So it was like, again, all confused, because it was like, I ended up getting a Shinkansen ticket and getting to Shinkansen within like 5 minutes, which I'm sure most people were like, oh my god, you gotta be there like 30 minutes before. But I rushed because I already know the routine, right? I get it, I understand it all. But I got on the wrong Shinkansen. Now you would think, oh no, where'd you end up? You end up in the same place, because it was still both going to Tokyo. It's just there's multiple Shinkansens. For the JR Rail Pass specifically, you could take specific ones. You can't take the Nozomi. And the Nozomi is like the fastest one, right? But it's not included in the Shinkansen. It's not including the JR Rail Pass. The train that I was departing on left at 52, or no, is leaving at 51. And the Nozomi leaves at 49. So only 2 minutes. It's on the same exact platform. And me rushing, like, I gotta get this one. I run in to the Nozomi. And it just kind of works out perfectly, where the seat that I reserved was empty. And it looked identical to the map of what it was, so I'm thinking I'm perfectly fine. I sit down and I put my chair back, and I'm like trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden this one conductor woman, she comes up, and she's like, ticket? I guess they must check cameras, because how would you even know? Like, I just boarded the plane. Like, I don't know how you would know that I'm the weird guy out, but apparently they did. And they looked at the ticket, and she's like, it's like, this is Nozomi. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I hopped on the wrong. I'm like, damn. And especially because it's a 2-minute difference. It's like they're so close to each other. So it's like, I'm sorry, I was rushing, and so I know that one was going to Tokyo, and it's on the same platform. It's within the same minute. And I'm like, all right, this is the one. Just run in. And I'm like, oh, I made it. I was like, hells yeah, what? I made it in 5 minutes. Come on, how many people do that on their first 2 weeks in Japan? And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, you're on the wrong one. I'm like, oh shit. But very surprisingly, I don't think I've looked up a bunch of things on this for like forums and stuff, and not one single person have ever said this. Usually what they do is they like, okay, well, you gotta get off on the next station, or sometimes they make you pay. Sometimes they're like, hey, you gotta pay up. Sometimes they're like, okay, go you gotta leave at the next station. And then I was showing her, and then she was looking, and she just let me on. She just let me stay for the whole ride. I was like, whoa. She's like, please don't do that again. But this time, okay. I'm like, really? I'm like, wow, that's nuts. Because I mean, again, it's not included in Gyro Pass. It's something completely different, something you have to pay for. And I did take that one to Osaka the first time because I wanted to get there as early as possible. And I'm probably gonna spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I was stunned because she first said, she's like, well, you'll have just get off on Shin Yokohama and then board your actual train. And I'm like, that's fine, that's cool, whatever, it don't matter, you know, that's cool. But then she's like, then I was trying, I'm like, yeah, sorry, you know, I was rushing, you know, it's like, it's literally within 2 minutes, like, I just ran inside. And she might have seen, the reason she might have let me stay is because I ordered the green car, which is like the first class car for all these Shinkansens. Like that's what I got for the Rail Pass green car, because I'm like, why not, man? It's really not. It's maybe like $150 extra, and since I'm here for multiple weeks, I'm like, why not, man? That's fucking chump change for multiple weeks. You might as well upgrade to first class, recline more, have a quieter place. Like, it just be great. And so maybe she saw that, and the fact that the train that I was on, the Nozomi, actually had some seats available. She was like, you know what? Just one time, don't do it again. She's like, but you could stay on. I'm like, wow, oh my god, really? In the green car, everything. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. She said, you'll arrive at Tokyo at about like 7:20. I'm like, oh my god, like perfect, beautiful. I'm like, arigato gozaimasu. I was like, yeah, I was not expecting that. That I thought for sure I was either gonna pay or I was gonna have to leave the next stop, and either one would be understandable. But to just let me stay on, maybe because, you know, I was one single person. The fact that it was only 2 minutes apart, you know, it's understandable, you know, for like a foreigner to be like, okay, just hopping on, he's rushing and he gets on. I get it. It wasn't a group of 6 people. It was one dude who already buys the green car stuff. Like, I'll let him slide this one time. And then, of course, as soon as I get to Tokyo, they had to fix my Suica card, and they also had to fix the JR Rail Pass because I arrived. I think that's why. It's like I arrived like 20 minutes earlier than I should. I put in the JR Rail Pass in the Hikari train, and it's like, how are you this early? The train is still going on. How are you here already? I think that's probably why I said, hey, show someone, and then just quickly glance at it and just let me go. And then same thing with this week, I had to put it down. They had to check, and then I was just like, I got the Shinkansen and all of the JR Rail Pass. So, oh, okay. I'm sure that happens all the time, because it's like, yeah, if you scan this and then you do the JR Rail Pass the next station, you're fucked. You gotta do it again. So I think what I have to do is exit out and just literally turn around and just go back in with the Rail Pass. But yeah, that was quite the adventure. It was it worked out in the end of the day, because I did make it to the spot, and I was worried they weren't gonna let me sit down there, but they did, and oh my god, I sat down in heaven. I loved the Katsu Sando. It was so fantastic. I kept saying Maisen, but it's totally Maisen, because it's AI, so like height. It's like, so Maisen, or Maisen. Maisen. But yeah, that's my travel story. Let's get into the final stuff, which is some drinks. But also, real quick before, because this is getting cold, I got this. This was really good. This is a fried chicken, pepper, and garlic, I believe. And from 7-Eleven. Damn. That's good. This is something they give in all the green cars as first class thing. Just this nice towel to clean yourself with. That's also something Japan does, is they give these at like every single place you go to. Anytime you eat, they give you some type of wet little nice towel. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's amazing. It's fantastic. It makes so much sense. You know, instead of giving us some hard ass napkin or whatever, give us some nice little towel to actually wipe ourselves. Come on, the rest of the world. Ooh. Oh, that's a M. Night Shyamalan twist, not in a good way. Apparently this says jelly sparkling flavored grape. Sparkling? Like sparkling water? That's not good. Oh man, I really thought it was like grape juice mixed with like watermelon or something. It was gonna be something like that. Oh man, are you kidding me? Hey yo, what? A new type of carbonated drink. You're supposed to shake it 10 times? Energy? What is this? You hear it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very, very hard. I think there's something inside. Oh man, what is this, dude? Let's see how this tastes. There's actual like things inside. What the? Is it like a boba type thing? I think it's like a boba thing. Damn. It's good. Oh, I could do without the solid stuff. It's like, I'm gonna say it's good to taste, like the actual drink, but I don't like solid things in my liquid. You really never know what you get, man. I was not expecting this. I mean, it's good. It's not like boba, where boba's like these huge balls that go in your mouth. This is more like a slightly solid thing, but kind of just easy to swallow. I don't know. Is what's inside of it. Alright, but that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a hell of a day, that's for sure. Nagashima Spa Land was dope. Those two rides, Steel Dragon, Hakugei, was awesome, fantastic. And the overall park in general is pretty cool too. Some nice variety, like the shooting gallery and the haunted house. I like those. Bit of a mess coming back, and that's entirely my fault. And of course, going to Shibuya and getting some of that nice Katsu Sando with also seeing Hachiko. Apparently, this is based on a real-life dog that would actually wait at a train station for his owner. And when his owner passed away, he still did that every day for a long time, apparently. And they made essentially a statue of like honoring that dog and how loyal he was to his owner. How he would come to the train station and just wait there, even though he never actually came. Pretty sad, but pretty damn cool. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy these, go check out the other ones. Share these around, man. I really, really appreciate it. And what will we do tomorrow? I guess you gotta see. Let's just say we're gonna take another Shinkansen. Alright. Peace.
It's time to say goodbye. Thank you all for listening. You make my fucking day when you replay this shit again. Producers, the singers, the engineer makes it cleaner. I may be the writer, rapper, but the teamwork completes and music succeeds. Shit, without composers and movies, there's no completion. They're the soul of the whole thing. Emotion sleeping.